We're now joined by South Carolina head coach Dawn Staley and student athletes Maddie McDaniel and Joyce Edwards. We'll begin with questions for the student athletes, then we'll dismiss them back to the locker room and take questions for coach. Start in the front row, David.
Joyce is just Texas, so I know it's not a strange thing, but just how physical and how how difficult was it to try to get something going against their defense in the paint?
You know, Texas are known for their defense. I mean, shoot, the SEC defense in general is way more physical than any other conference. But we got out there, try to execute. We didn't win.
John?
Joyce, from your perspective, what happened those first 3 minutes of the game?
It was bad. It was bad on all the starters. I mean, we were supposed to set the tone out there, and we definitely didn't do that. But I mean, that happens. I mean, throughout the whole game, none of our shots were necessarily falling. Things that we usually make weren't necessarily going in. And it just happens. I mean, we have other goals in mind, national championship. This isn't the end-all, be-all, so we're just moving forward.
We're on the right, Andrea.
Joyce, as a follow-up to that, just what can you guys take away from this to be able to get to those goals that you have for the end of the year?
Just pushing through mentally, physically. Obviously, 3 games, 3 days is tough, but we can't let that stop us. The tournament is going to be just as brutal, just as hard. I mean, we get a little bit more rest, but we can't let that the tiredness and the fatigue get to us.
David?
Maddie, another strong game from you off the bench. Just what were you seeing out there? Did you feel any extra, pressure to go out there and say, I've got to get something done?
I mean, the way the game started, it wasn't in our favor. So going out there, I was just trying to turn the page and just get us going in some way.
Cora?
Maddie, just from your perspective, starting on the bench, the start to the game, was there anything that stuck out to you when you're watching your team out there about just why you guys got off to that start?
I mean, it really wasn't Texas. It was just us not executing and not playing the way we usually play. That's just all it was.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Ladies, thank you very much. Appreciate your time. You can be dismissed back to the locker room. We'll take questions for Coach. Start with David.
Dawn, I know you don't like to call them, but when they're on that run, 8-0, 10-0, any thought of trying to call a timeout right there?
No. If I did, I would have called the timeout. Just like let our players play through it a little bit. Didn't. I don't usually do it. See if we could gather ourselves and just make a play on both sides of the basketball. We couldn't do it.
John?
What do you attribute that start to for Texas? Was it more them making plays or y'all making mistakes?
It's a little bit of both. I think they made plays. They forced us to play a certain way. I mean, turning the ball over isn't something that you can start a game like Texas and give them a head start. Give them a 12-point lead. We just it didn't feel right. Just from a mental and physical standpoint. You can try to keep pushing through, but every time that we would try to make a run, we had just like mental lapses, like uncharacteristic turnovers. Some of it was us, some of it was Texas, and they took advantage of it every single time, no matter who caused it.
On the right, Cora.
I think this is the highest any team has shot against you percentage-wise this season. Obviously, some of the turnovers led to that, but I felt like Texas was really able to get to that mid-range. Just what stood out to you defensively today that your team didn't, play well enough?
We just didn't play well. I mean, they were moving pretty fast, and we weren't moving as quickly as they were. When you think about it, maybe it's a little fatigue. We've had depth when we got to this point. Played our starters some heavy minutes, so you got to look at that and maybe think, that contributed to it. A little mental fatigue, physical fatigue, but when you're not hitting on all cylinders like Texas, you're gonna feel it in every category.
Second row on the right, Andrea.
Don, just what was the message to the team afterward to just take lessons from this as you now regroup and head into the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, our team knows we didn't play our best basketball, not nearly what we're capable of doing, and told them that the last time we lost in this situation, we won the national championship. So you got to think about that. It might be the very thing this team needs. It's not what I would think, yesterday coming in today, but now that we're here and it's a reality, you search for things that have a connection that can give your team what it needs to make this run for a national championship. I do think we have enough in the room to do that. We'll rest and recoup at the end of the month, at the end of the week, and start that journey.
Go to David.
Dawn, I believe the kids are on spring break coming up this week. So what's the schedule like getting back and giving them days off or whatever?
Yeah, we'll get back at the end of the week, probably Friday, practice Friday, take 4 days off.
Cora.
I know you've worked Alicia into the rotation quite a bit since she got here, but 19 minutes off the bench, had some really solid minutes. Just kind of what led to her playing time today, and what did you like from her?
I did tell our team this. I think we got stronger. Like, if we could get Allie to play the way she did, I think she played pretty inspired. Think she didn't like not playing yesterday. And I think not playing makes her think about the things that she needs to do to play. And if she can give us that, I mean, she got 7 rebounds on a great rebounding team like Texas. She held her own defensively, so it was pretty good and promising to know that. We needed scoring. We know Allie can score the basketball. And I thought she did a pretty good job. I think we should probably gotten her the ball a little bit more down there on the block and let her go to work. But we made a step forward in our journey to win a national championship. Somebody like her will add to the depth that we need to make this run.
Go in the middle, Steve.
Hey, Don, I wonder if I could ask you about Texas. What was the biggest thing that you saw in Madison Booker's growth this season? I mean, she looked really comfortable out there all tournament, really. What did you see from her this whole tournament?
She played like Maddie Booker. I don't know. Like, she's a junior, so juniors have it all together. They know where their spots are. They know how to lead. They know everything that has happened to them over the first 2 years of their career. They know where the pitfalls are, and they avoid them. And she's done extremely well. I mean, when her shot is going like that, they are a real difficult team to beat.
Any more questions for Coach Staley? Got one more here on the right.
Hey, Dawn, sort of a quiet game for Tanaya. What do you think Texas was doing to kind of slow her down?
Well, I just think we were playing an uphill battle. So, I mean, we had to run some offenses that would, give us multiple looks. I mean, usually we use her a little bit more than we used her, and we expended a lot of energy on defense. So it was hard, and they made it difficult for wing entries. So when it's like that, it's a lot of dribble entries, and you had to run your sets from places that options that you only created one option, and that was a dribble entry. And when it's like that, your offensive package shrinks.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, thank you very much. Coach, thank you for your time.
Thank you.